Hi, I'm Paul Darley, and thanks for tuning into our July issue of Inside Darley. Just last week, we had a very successful Illinois Fire Service Home Day where we had legislative staffers from 8 different U.S. congressional offices in attendance and over 100 other attendees in attendance. We also had some state legislators. Our keynote speaker was Gary Breeze. Now, Gary serves on our board of directors. He was formerly the director of Region 8 for FEMA. He served for 30 years as the executive director for the International Association of Fire Chiefs, probably as passionate and as deeply knowledgeable of the U.S. Fire Service as anybody in the world. So he really did a great job. You know, he pointed out very interestingly, here in the state of Illinois, we've had a lot of turnover in our legislators, and currently we only have 6 of our total senators and representatives belonging to that caucus. So we're going to make a nice push here in Illinois to increase the number of congressional representatives in that caucus, and we would encourage you to take a close look at your state and do the same. Our next speaker was Don Mobley, who was a fire program specialist for FEMA, and he talked a lot about the statistics that are taking place with grant awards. In particular, you know, the grant awards, the AFG grant awards limit no more than 25% of the dollars from that program can be allocated for fire apparatus, and interestingly, this year it was even significantly less. So you might want to keep that information in mind when applying for a grant this coming year. He said he expects the grant period to open up sometime August, maybe early September. Our last speaker was our Illinois State Fire Marshal. His name is Larry Mackaitis, and he has made a very emotional plea to the state legislators who were in the room, and he's been on the news here in Chicago and other places lately where he is really pushing for legislation to mandate residential fire sprinklers in all new construction in the state of Illinois. We've actually attached for you here some information on our own residential fire sprinkler systems. Those are self-testing systems. Bear in mind, they test themselves every 2 weeks. It sends a message to your iPhone, your alarm company, the fire department saying everything's working just fine, and you get peace of mind with that. So, and as part of that initiative, we've gone and actually signed an exclusive master distributor agreement with Reliable Sprinkler. Now, they're a 100-year-old family business. They were actually started in 1918, owned by the Fee family, very similar to Darley, and it'll really be fun and interesting to see how that progresses, and we're really looking forward to partnering with them. The product will also be offered for industrial customers through Grainger's catalog as well. During our last June issue of Inside Darley, we shared with you some information on etiquette, and a number of you reached out and commented on that. But one listener actually fed back a great email link called quintessential.co.uk, and that quintessential, it was with a KW, as you can see down here below. But it's interesting, it gives you a link. You can go in and go to a different country profile and link into that country so that you know some basic words, you know some basic etiquette with respect to business, respect to dining, things of that nature. So if you're doing international business or entertaining, you might want to save that in your email. Lastly, it's interesting. We've been doing a lot of hiring here at Darley over the last several years, and we, in fact, just hired a new engineering manager, Dave Fieber, who's been around the industry for a number of years. We're excited to have Dave on board. But I'm personally known for asking some kind of goofy questions, maybe not too unlike Google. You're probably aware Google has 140 questions. We've attached them here for you that are kind of crazy questions, and they just announced within the last week they're going to tone that down a little bit. But and in fact, the other attachment that we've attached here was a U.S. News and World Report had a subsequent follow-on article entitled "The 5 Toughest Interview Questions that are out there." So we've given you that. So if you're interviewing potential candidates to join your fire department, your military, your company, perhaps you want to take a look at those, or if you're out there looking for a job, I'd encourage you to take a look through those as well. We've got a couple of questions we asked that aren't in there. But lastly, if you're coming to Chicago for the FRI, that's a Fire Rescue International Conference, it's going to be held August 16th and 17th. Hopefully you'll take time to visit our booth there, but also come by and visit our headquarters here in Chicago. It's literally 15 minutes from O'Hare Airport, so you can catch us on your way out or your way in. We'd love to show you around the city, and Chicago is just an amazing destination and beautiful in August. So we look forward to hopefully seeing you there. So thanks for tuning in to this issue of Inside Darley. If there's anything we can be doing to assist you, we hope you'll reach out to us.